issue of the Speaker's appointment has been settled as the country is heading towards getting a new Speaker come Sunday. The Deputy Speaker Sivamaya Tumbahampe resigned from her position to ease the election of a new Speaker. However, her ouster has still given way to a number of questions plaguing the national politics. Good morning, I'm Amar Singh Pradhan and these are the headlines of the hour. The election procedures for the new House Speaker begins. Outgoing Deputy Speaker says monarchy abolished, but patriarchy rooted in national politics. Unexpected shrinking of remittance points out to thriving hundi or illegal money transaction likely to impact socio-economic development of the country. The Sri Lankan President Gotabaya Rajapaksa concedes for the first time that over 20,000 people listed as missing during the country's civil war era are dead. And Tribune Army Club climbs to the top of the Martyrs Memorial A-Division League with a 3-0 win over Chasel Youth at the 7th round matches. Let's begin with national political updates. The House of Representatives has published its schedule for the election of the Speaker. Based on the schedule, the voting is to take place on coming Sunday. The voting will begin at 3 p.m. for the post of Speaker, which has been vacant for the past 3 months following the resignation of Krishna Bahadur Mahara. The meeting, chaired by senior-most member of the Parliament, Mahanta Thakur, had decided on the dates for the election yesterday. Based on the decisions made during the meeting, the Parliament Secretariat will register candidates for the post of Speaker between 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. today. The Secretariat will publish the list of candidates today itself. The Speaker will be appointed following election in case there are multiple candidates. The ruling Nepal Communist Party has decided to field Agni Sapkota for the post of Speaker. Sapkota is most likely to be appointed as the Speaker as the ruling party has 2/3 majority in the Parliament. Meanwhile, the main opposition Nepali Congress has yet to decide the candidate if it wants to field for the post of Deputy Speaker. Nepali Congress has stated it will not field its candidate for the post of Speaker if the party bags the post of Deputy Speaker. Sivamaya Tumbahampe was a little-known name when the federal parliament session first began. Tumbahampe was appointed as the Deputy Speaker from the ruling Nepal Communist Party under the proportional system. However, the Deputy Speaker resigned from her post yesterday to pave way for the appointment of a new Speaker at the House of Representatives. Tumbahampe was herself qualified to contest for the post of Speaker, however was compelled to give up the post of Deputy Speaker to ease power division between the ruling party's internal factions. We have a report.
The post for Speaker at the House of Representatives has been vacant since October after Krishna Bahadur Mahara resigned from the post following rape allegations. As the House proceedings were disrupted due to the absence of a Speaker, Deputy Speaker Sivamaya Tumbahampe had the chance of commencing sessions, a rare one at the Parliament. Tumbahampe even claimed her valid stake at the post as the ruling party mulled over the candidate it wanted to field for the vacant post. Tumbahampe had 22 months of experience at the Parliament, has a strong academic qualification, and is known for her modest personality. A large section of the public had her support and sentiments. However, the vested interests of the ruling party's leadership not just robbed Tumbahampe a chance to stand up for the Speaker position, but also made her resign from the Deputy Speaker post. At the Parliament session today, Tumbahampe expressed resentment for being compelled to resign from her post for no valid reasons.
राज्यका उच्च ओधाहरूमा समाजका सबै अङ्गहरूको प्रतिबिम्ब झल्किन सके मात्रै वास्तविक अर्थमा लोकतन्त्र सुदृढ हुन सक्छ भन्ने यथार्थसँग संविधान निर्माणमा अगुवाई गर्नुहुने राजनैतिक दल र नेतृत्ववर्ग सहमत हुनुहुन्छ भन्ने मैले आशा लिएको छु। मेरा यी धारणाहरू कुनै अस्वाभाविक महत्त्वाकांक्षा या अनुचित आग्रहबाट प्रेरित थिएनन् भन्ने कुरा म दृढ छु। यस सम्बन्धी विभिन्न प्रतिक्रियाहरू मैले नजिकबाट निहालेकी छु। समयले यस बारेमा वस्तुनिष्ठ मूल्याङ्कन गर्ने नै छ भन्ने मेरो विश्वास छ।
Tumbahampe further hinted at the party's injustice towards her and stated that the public had been evaluating political parties in a detailed manner. However, Tumbahampe clarified she felt proud of being a part of the Parliament, a platform that represents the public as the Deputy Speaker. After her parliament address, Tumba Hamfe met with the media and stated that patriarchy had a stronger hold of the state than monarchy.
हाम्रो देशमा पितृसत्ता सोच मात्र होइन, यो संस्थागत रूपले अगाडि बढेको छ। संस्थागत रूपले अगाडि बढेको कारणले गर्दाखेरि एउटा दुईटा व्यक्ति यसको उन्मूलनको निम्ति यसलाई चेन्ज गर्नको निम्ति लागेर हुन्न, यो मैले पटक पटक भन्दै गरेको। र अर्को कुरा, यो पितृसत्ता संस्था यस्तो चीज रहेछ, राज संस्था त सहजै तपाई हामी सबै मिलेरै फाल्दियौं त।
The growth rate of remittance sent by migrant workers abroad has shrinked by 30% in a year. Last year, during the first 5 months of the fiscal year, the remittance had increased by 31.9%, whereas during the same period of the current fiscal year, it has increased by merely 0.1%. This has created suspicion on the illegal transaction of money in the country and the likely impact on socio-economic development. During the first 5 months of the current fiscal year, a total of 377 billion rupees entered the country as remittance. This amount is merely 0.1% more than that of the same period last year. However, during the same period last year, remittance was 31.9% more than that of the previous year. The contribution of remittance has gradually declined in the overall economy of the country in recent time. 20 years ago, the amount of remittance the country received was equal to 10% of the total GDP, which climbed to 29% in the fiscal year 2014-15. In recent years, remittance could not increase in comparison to the GDP. As remittance, considered as the base of expenditure for education, health and consumer spending, is declining gradually, it has drawn serious concerns on socio-economic development of the country and poverty alleviation. At a time when the number of youths seeking jobs abroad has increased by 11.8%, the decline in transaction of money through illegal ways has created suspicion over the increase in illegal transaction of money. Although the rate of foreign employment was slashed by 38.4%, remittance surged by 31.9%. However, the shrinking remittance in comparison to the increase in foreign employment has raised doubt in illegal transaction of money. The scenario is likely to aggravate in the country if the government does not take timely measures to curb the anomaly. And in our public voice segment, we had asked the locals of Palpa if the then CPNUML and CPN Maoist have really united, or if the two parties still existed. Let's take a look at what they have to say.
Public voice. देश र जनताको लागि गर्नुपर्ने राजनीति किनभने व्यक्तिगत स्वार्थलाई चाहिँ सबभन्दा माथि राखेर राजनीति गरेको कारणले यिनीहरुको चाहिँ भावनात्मक एकता चाहिँ हुन नसकेको जस्तो मलाई लाग्छ।
एकमना हिसाबले भित्र सबै चाहिँ मिलिएको देखिदैन, त्यो व्यवहारमा देखिदैन। यसको प्रत्यक्ष मार भनेको नेपाली जनताले पाइरहेको छ।
राजनीतिक एकताबद्ध जस्तो भएको सामूहिक रूपमा उनीहरु मिलेको जस्तो बाहिर देखिए पनि भावनात्मक रूपमा आत्मिक रूपमा एकता नदेखिएको बीचमा दरार र चिराहरू परेको त्यो प्रश्न बाहिर देखिएको छ।
तर एकीकरण भइसकेपछि त्यसले चाहिँ आफ्नो स्वार्थलाई जस्तो 60-40 जस्तो स्वार्थलाई मात्र नहेरिकन देशको समृद्धितर्फ लाग्नुपर्ने हो। त्यो समृद्धि चाहिँ हामीले देखिरहेका छैनौं।
And time for our segment Public Pulse, where it texts us with their opinion.
Public Pulse.
Why has the Ministry of Education not eased the process for no objection letter for students applying abroad? Their options are option A, no interest in improving services, option B, centralized service, and option C, high-handed officials. The voting is on. Type in WS, select your option A, B or C and send it to 34001 to share opinion with us. And let's move on to sports update.
Sports news.
Tribhuvan Army Club has climbed to the top of the Martyrs Memorial A Division League with a 3-0 win over Chasal in the last match of the 7th round yesterday. In the match played at the capital's Dasar Stadium, all the goals were scored in the second half. Skipper Bharat Khawaz scored for Tribhuvan Army Club in the 58th minute to break the deadlock. Although Chasal Youth Club goalkeeper Alan Neupani saved a strike by Vikas Khawaz, Navayuk Shrestha scored from a rebound in the 73rd minute to double Tribhuvan Army's lead. Santosh Tamang scored in the 85th minute through a penalty kick, and Tribhuvan Army took a commanding 3-0 lead. Tribhuvan Army Club was awarded another penalty kick in the injury time, but Navayuk's strike hit the post. After the 3-0 win over Chasal Youth Club, Tribhuvan Army Club has climbed to the top of the points table with 16 points. Likewise, Machindra Club is in the second spot with 13 points, while Manang Marsyangdi Club is in third position with equal number of 13 points. Meanwhile, in the first match of the Martyrs Memorial A Division League, Brigade Boys Club and Sankata Club settled for a goalless draw yesterday. In the match played at the Anfa complex in Sadobata, Lalitpur yesterday, Sankata Club put pressure on Brigade Boys throughout the match but couldn't come up with a win. Sankata players had created a lot of opportunities but failed to score. After the draw, Sankata is in the 8th spot of the league with 8 points from 7 matches, while Brigade Boys is in the 9th position with 8 points. And it's now time for our special segment, Sports Buzz.
Liverpool came through a high-octane tussle with old rivals Manchester United to win 2-0 at Anfield and move 16 points clear at the top of the English Premier League on Sunday night. Van Dijk opened the scoring on 14th minute for Jurgen Klopp's side, chasing their maiden title in the Premier League era in 30 years. The Reds had to wait until stoppage time to put the game to bed through Mohamed Salah. With a game in hand on second-placed Manchester City, Liverpool's grip on the title race has tightened with clear 16 points lead at the top of the English Premier League. Meanwhile, the battle for the top 4 position to clinch Champions League berth has become all the more interesting this week as the second-placed Manchester City settled for a 2-2 draw against Crystal Palace, while Leicester City suffered a stunning 2-1 loss at the hands of Burnley. The result meant that Leicester failed to move up from the 3rd place. It indeed was a week of dramatic results, as the 4th-placed Chelsea also went down to Newcastle United by a solitary goal. India have clinched the 3-match one-day series against Australia 2-1. At the start of the match on Sunday afternoon, the series was interestingly poised at 1-1. Australia had handed an embarrassing 10-wicket victory to their fancied opponent in the first one-day international at Wankhede Stadium, Mumbai. India came back to level the series, defeating Australia by 36 runs in the second one-day international in Rajkot. In the decisive one-day played on Sunday, India registered a comprehensive 7-wicket victory to clinch the series 2-1. Steve Smith started with the bat for the Aussies with a century to guide Australia to a competitive total. However, there was all-round effort with the bat from India as Rohit Sharma struck a century, followed by skipper Virat Kohli's 89 runs. This is Amit Bakrel for Sports Buzz and Kantipur News Desk.
And that's all for the moment. Our next English bulletin at 11 this morning. Stay with us for more news and entertainment on KTVSD. Good day.